Hi, it's me. We're back with another Limbus company on today, August 21st. Today, we have seen the release of new identity Wild Hunt Heathcliff. This is his big season ID, also known as HINDLEYCLIFF. This is definitely what he is, right? So, I'm not going to waste any time on this one, because this ID has so much text on it. So we have a lot to read. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get him really quick.
이 분노가 언제부터 시작됐는지, 이유는 뭐였는지, 그래, 알 필요는 없지. 그저 그놈들을 찢어 갈기면 될 뿐이니까.
Oh no, he's angry or something.
약속한 만찬의 날이다. 사냥의 날이 왔다. 털끝의 감각만으로도 알 수 있지. 오늘 워더링 하이츠가 갈기갈기 찢어지게 될 것이라는 걸.
The drizzling rain tears through my heart, shearing it painfully like cold shards of glass. I don't know why that stun-locked me. The rain holds memories of the past, each droplet a memory of that manor carved into my very being from the day I was taken from the streets. So I stand in the rain, on the thundering monsoon. Every cold sensation a painful reminder that I must become retribution itself, a vengeance to tear those accursed bastards apart. There wasn't even a shelter, an umbrella to shield me from the rain. Nothing gave me reprieve from the rain, not even the thinnest layer of fabric to stop it from tearing into my skin. A delusional thought that is this life, this existence, may be worth enduring if I could have those moments of relief. That as long as I could wait out the rain and dry my drenched clothes. I did not have even the faintest mirage of such hopes. I knew this life was not to be one of relief. Good. I don't need anything like that holding back my rage, my vengeance. I have already lost my recollection of a few things that set me off on my path of revenge. There was something there, something that rekindled this rage within me, something that set me on this path of destruction the moment I left the manor, but... no. These are but meaningless ruminations. There is no straying from the path of retribution. To those bastards at the manor who are so ruthlessly pelted me with cruel heavy rain, I bring you flesh-rending, bone-shattering tempest of ruin. And that is all I need to perpetuate this existence. That is more than enough reason to live on. This forest is on a high, silent hill. Yo, Silent Hill? Is that a Bug Fables reference? The damnable grand manor remains in my sight still, past the overgrown forest, even as the storm makes its landing upon the skies beneath which I stand. A clear sight of my target is good fuel for my rage, like a funnel for this boiling hatred within me. I see the butlers come out to dry the manor's dirty laundries. I see guests coming to going from the manor, arriving to enjoy the occasional banquet, and I recall the fleeting pockets of joy. I recall my caretaker, the chief butler, who cared for me more than anyone else despite her brusque and surly disposition. No, illusions, all. Hellish pain fades away with the fog of memories past, twisting them into sentimental reminiscences. This is nothing but a feeble trick of the mind, beguiling me, an attempt to paint over the heart with joy. After all, my memories with her have now long faded past the opaque mist. Yet I wasn't alone in those memories. There was a... No, I'll obliviate them all. Once I excise them, my past, my memories, then my mind will no longer play such tricks on me. Nothing but pointless memories, nothing but hurt painted over with false joy of reminiscence. There is nothing left for me in that manner, no response, no repose, no momentary reprieve. When was it? Was it the day I first wielded this blade, or was it the day I met and observed my countless selves across the endless worlds? Or was it the day of my assault upon the young master's mansion, when I tore through countless butlers and made a mountain of their corpses? Though its origin is a mystery to me still, I came to learn how to command loyalty of the dead. Yet I had no teacher. I suppose my transformation was inevitable, as it was for my countless other selves in the infinite worlds. I am perpetually surrounded by the screeching, pouring hatred of the dead, yet I find quite amusing the unfair, illogical nature of the world, that they have no choice but to bid me their loyalty despite it all. I led the march of the wild hunt. I mauled the young master's useless arm off his torso. And I declared from the top of my lungs that I shall soon host a banquet of my own at that accursed manor. I'll give them more than enough time to prepare. The young master, whose arm I mauled, will temper and whet his saber keen with hatred as his flame. The chief butler, who still seeks the long-dead mistress, will be brutal with her serviette. My old caretaker, her heart gashed by betrayal, will strike me with thunderous rebuke. They will join my banquet with utter preparation, and only then shall I have exact a revenge truly meaningful. I shall await them with my march. I wish to see them charge into us, their eyes bloodshot with all kinds of emotions, their veins pulsating with tension. Yet, in the end, I will crush them all. And atop the Wuthering Heights, in the crumbling ruins of the manor, I will stand alone. There, I will release my endlessly festering woe and rage at who was to hear my cry. To whom was I to pour my heart out? No, that's theirs. Everything I've done was hinged on. It was all to... it's raining again. If even the cutting raindrops fail to summon this memory, then it cannot have been more important than the culmination of pain that I endured. Thus, the lost memory signifies nothing to me. Perhaps it will return once I raze this manor to ashes. Then I will have reached my destination, my vengeance complete, however lost my memories have become. Perhaps the mirror is full of lies. All that remains in the fog of my memories are these words someone had once conveyed to me. He kinda talked in circles for a while there, didn't he? Anyways, as you can see, we have a few things to go over here. So this is Wild Hunt Heathcliff, the only ID that is part of the Wild Hunt, ironically. He has a lower than average HP, a wide speed range, low defense level. Right, starting with the passives. Boy. At turn start, if this unit has Dullahan, mount Dullahan. Awesome. Lose 5 SP every time this unit mounts Dullahan. If 3+ allies have been defeated in this encounter, gain Dullahan next turn, once per encounter. If this unit gets staggered due to the damage or raise stagger threshold when mounting Dullahan, recover from stagger. If the stagger is something that cannot be naturally recovered from, this unit does not mount Dullahan. Gain 1 coffin when killing the target. Okay, so to start off, Dullahan, up to 3, gain 3 offense level and 3 defense level. Raises min and max speed values by 1. Turn end, gain 1 Dullahan next turn. At negative 25 SP or less, however, completely lose it. On turn end, if this unit has Dullahan, lose 15 minus coffin divided by 2 SP, a minimum of 10. So if you have 10 coffin, you only lose 10 SP. Great. And then coffin has a max value of 10. At turn end, gain 2 damage up next turn for every 3, up to 6. Raise minimum speed by 1 next turn for every 4 value, up to 2. And gain 1 clash power up next turn for every 5, up to 2. So at maximum, this is 60% damage, 2 clash power, and 2 minimum speed, which is insane. But cool. Call of the Earl King, 5 envy owned. Deal 1% more damage for every sinking on the target, up to 15%. When during combat, one ally takes damage that would kill them, consume 2 coffin to apply Wild Hunt to them. Wild Hunt says, in the same turn this unit gained Wild Hunt for the first time, always have 1 remaining HP. Revive, heal 50% HP and reset SP to 0. This unit at turn end. If this unit is killed by an attack, gain ego resource for the least owned ego resource. If this unit is killed by an attack, inflict 3 sinking against the last attacker, and dies at the end of the same turn this unit was revived in. So it lets a person survive an extra turn, which is just fine. It's not really that good, but it's a cool thing to have. I think you'd probably rather just have the coffin. Apply 2 damage up next turn with the ally with Wild Hunt. If the said ally is from Wuthering Heights or Edgar family, apply 1 attack power up next turn as well. I don't think this buff is worth having an ally die at the end of the next turn, but that's okay. And then Endless Lamentation. This is a support passive for 3 Gloom Resonance. Already insane, because Gloom Resonance is really easy to hit in sinking. 1 ally with the highest SP deals 5% more damage to targets with less than 0 SP. If the target has less than 0 SP, deal even more damage the further the target's SP is from 0, plus 0.5% more damage per SP up to 20%, so this caps out at -40. If the target does not have SP, the said ally inflicts 1 more sinking potency and count with their skill and coin effects of their attack skills 2 times per turn. This is basically just Sinclair. This is Dawn Office Sinclair, but for sinking. He seems very good. I don't even need to look at his skills to confirm that. Right, starting with his defense skill, O'Dullahan. It's a 5 to 13 / lust counter with 2 coins. It can clash. So basically what this says is that you always have a 5 to 13 clashing skill available to you, which is kind of wild. Before use, if this unit has Dullahan and has 15 or more SP, use Lament, Mourn, and Despair as a counter once per turn. Combat start, if this unit does not have Dullahan, gain 1 Dullahan next turn, once per turn. So this is going to be how you're going to gain Dullahan. There's that thing on his passive that lets you gain it if 3 allies have died, but I don't think you're going to rely on that. On use, if the target has 6+ sinking, coin power +1, so it can become a 5 to 15. Turn end, if this unit has Dullahan, lose Dullahan. This is so that if you use the big one counter, that goes away. And second coin inflicts 2 sinking. This is a very powerful skill. I think Clashable counter is a cool idea. I think it might be a little busted, but that's okay. Skill 1. Skill 1, Beheading. It is a 3 to 11 / Wrath skill with 2 coins. On use, if the target has 6 or more sinking, clash power +1, and if the target has 3 or more sinking, count coin power +1. So this can be a 4 to 14 clashing or something like that, and then inflict 2 sinking on second hit. It's an okay skill 1. Memorial Procession. This is a 5 to 14 / Envy skill with 3 coins. On use, if the target has 5+ sinking, coin power +1. On use at 4+ Coffin, attack weight +1. And on use, if this unit has Dullahan, attack weight +1 again. And then after attack, if the unit has Dullahan, lose 10 SP. Second and third hits inflict 2 sinking, and the last hit inflicts 2 Impending Ruin next turn. Impending Ruin is a new panic type. Units with SP change their panic type to Ruin. Ruin, when this unit enters low morale state, gain 3 sinking at every turn end, and lose 1 clash power. And when they panic, they gain 5 sinking and 3 sinking count at every turn end, and lose 2 clash power. Units without SP just lose 10% chance to flip heads. It reduces by 1 every turn. This effect isn't cumulative, so if you inflict it again, it just goes back to 2. And then apply the units without SP conditional to certain enemies that have SP but can't change their panic types. So this is basically just a worse version of Echoes of the Manor. That being said, it's still like good because you're going to be able to inflict it a lot more frequently than Echoes. It just kind of sucks that it's worse, you know? I think it's balanced. I don't think it's crazy. But Sinking is obviously going to really like this stuff. And then Skill 3. We've got a bit to read here. Requiem, a 5 to 17 blunt gloom skill with 2 coins. Clash Win, heal 10 SP. Before use, if this unit has Dullahan, activate Lament, Mourn, and Despair instead. On use, coin power +1 for every 6 sinking on the target, up to 2. Deal 7% more damage for every coffin on self, up to 70%. And gain 1 coffin. As far as I'm aware, this is the only skill that he has that lets him gain coffin, except when he kills things. After attack, if the skill kills the target, gain 2 coffin. Coin 1, on hit, +3 sinking count. On hit, if the target has impending ruin, inflict +2 sinking count, so this could be 5 count. And then coin 2, on hit, inflict 2 sinking, and on kill, inflict sinking on target killed, divide by 3 sinking on 2 random enemies, up to 3. That's very little sinking, actually. That on kill effect can probably just be ignored. But 5 sinking count is really good. And then Lament, Mourn, and Despair, which gets used if you have Dualahan when you use the skill. It is a 31 to 17 Blunt Gloom skill with 2 coins. Wait a minute. That's not how math works. It's a 31 to 4. Brilliant. On use, lose the 15 SP. Base power +1 for every 5 sinking on the target, up to 2. Deal more damage the further this unit's SP value is from 45. That's 0.3% more damage for every missing SP, up to a maximum of 21%. Deal 7% more damage for every coffin on self, up to 70%. Deal 10% more damage for every Dualahan on self, up to 30%. Gain 1 coffin. And then after attack, if the skill attack kills the target, gain 2 coffin. At less than 0 SP, heal 10 SP. When at less than 0 SP, heal more SP the furthest unit's SP is away from 0. Heal an additional SP for every missing SP, up to 25. And then on turn end, you lose Dualahan. Coin 1 inflicts 3 sinking and 1 sinking count. And raises the target's stagger threshold by 20% of the damage dealt. Coin 2, on hit, inflicts Gloom affinity damage equal to the target's sinking, up to 15. On kill, inflicts sinking on the killed target, divide by 3 sinking on 2 random enemies, up to 4. And on kill, also heals 15 SP. It's just Blazing Strike for sinking. That's all you really need to look at this as. It doesn't inflict a lot, but it does a ton of damage, and that's basically all you need to know about it. Alright, that's him at Uptie 3. What about Uptie 4? What does he gain? Beheading changes to coin power +1 for every 3 sinking count on the target, up to 2, and inflicts 1 more sinking with the second hit, which is just a pretty good upgrade. Memorial Procession gains coin power +1 for every 5 sinking on the target, up to 2. Attack weight +1 for every 4 coffin on self, up to 2. So this is an additional attack weight and additional coin power. And the third hit inflicts 1 more sinking. Then Requiem gains 1 base power, so it becomes a 6 to 18. Coin power +1 for every 3 sinking on the target, up to 4, so this effectively doubles. It deals more damage. It deals another 5% more damage for each stack of coffin, even though this isn't highlighted, this is different. Inflicts an additional sinking count by default. Inflicts an additional sinking. The sinking on kill is divided by 2 instead of divided by 3, and gets up to 5. I still think that this on kill effect is kind of pointless. Lament, Mourn, and Despair gains an additional base power upgrade possible, just like the other. Deals 10% more damage for every coffin, up to 100%, and an additional, and doubles the damage bonus you get from Dualahan as well. You gain an additional coffin on use and additional coffin on kill. You heal 2 additional SP for every missing SP, up to 50 with his after attack effect. Inflicts, I think this is what, 2 more sinking potency, which is fine. Raises the target's stagger threshold by 50% more than before. You can deal up to double the Gloom affinity damage based on the sinking on the target. Again, divided by 2, and can go up to 8 on the on-kill effect. I still think it's negligible. And the counter gains coin power +1 for every 3 sinking on the target, instead of just coin power +1. Clash win gains offense level up next turn, equal to the number of clashes divided by 3, up to 3 once per turn. And inflicts a sinking count with the second hit. Passive, he can apply Wild Hunt twice per turn, and that's the only change. To be honest, his Uptie 4 stuff, it's a lot of coin power, but it doesn't really necessarily feel like you need it. So you might be able to prioritize other IDs in a sinking team to Uptieing this guy. But I am still going to Uptie him so everybody can experience him at full power, you know? Alright, for our testing today, we of course are going to be trying it out in the same thing as usual. And in Chapter 6, he has a different effect. Every turn start, heal 5 SP when hit, lose 3 SP, and when hit, lose 3 SP and gain 2 offense level up next turn, 3 times per turn. At less than 0 SP, he gains 3 attack power up. That is, in fact, a different effect from normal in this stage. Usually he'd have the thing that always decreases his SP every turn and gives him attack power up. But he don't got that no more. I guess we do an SP increase. I will try to show off as much of his kit as I can, but I do think it might be a bit tricky to do. Mostly because of how getting Dullahan works. He needs to have a lot of SP. And that is not necessarily the easiest thing to do against enemies that inflict a ton of sinking. At least he looks cool. That's a long animation for just hitting one guy, I got to admit. We need to get his SP high enough that I can use his counter and have Dullahan. Because that's the cool part of his kit, right? It's like, oh no, why are you using Reindeer-ish in full sinking team? It's literally just because she's good. It's for Gloom Resonance, basically. Alright. Let's mount Dullahan. I am going to do this. No, I'm not. I have to let Reindeer-ish hit somebody, or else she's gonna lose sanity. Because I want to see how this counter works. Okay, Requiem's cool. I have a horse now. Let's not use the other thing. This is like where his... He already has 2 damage up, jeez. This is such a cool ID. It's a shame that he has a billion lines of text in his kit. Is all. Jeez, he's fast as well. I keep forgetting that he gains attack. He gains speed from having Dullahan. So he's not even bad. 13 SP? What the heck? What a number. Okay. We have, what? This is at least some weight. This says neutral, but I know it's lying to me, so I'm gonna use it anyways. This wave might just die in one turn. Like, legitimate. Okay. That was 107 on... after losing a coin and hitting heads, which you wouldn't want. Yeah, he seems pretty good. I don't even think I need to do the entire fight to know that he's going to be amazing. Just in general. So instead we'll talk about how his design space feels, like, incredibly bloated. The idea is obviously good, and that's a good thing. But the problem with that is that he has so much text on him. Also, we just lost Dullahan because I used the big skill, right? How does this work? I guess in any case, we get to see this effect that we did not get to see before because it got cancelled because I killed the guy. Yeah, that skill's already cool as hell. We don't even need the other one. It did a ton of damage, too.
소란이 줄었네요.
How much coffin do I have? I'm not even gonna bother trying to showcase the Wild Hunt revival effect, by the way, because it's just not... Okay, I gotta read the counter. The counter is combat start, so you can gain duel ahead next turn even if you don't have a target to use the counter on, and that's really good too. That's gonna make him a lot more consistent, which is really nice. Oh, this is a max weight thing, I think, right? Because none of the weight is based on sinking, I don't think. I think that's just coin power. The weight is based on coffin and Doulahan. Oh, no, because I don't have all of it, I guess. Jeez. He deals so much damage, too. I've never seen Mind Whip clash with those skills. Why does it look so funky? Horse Blast. Yeah, he seems pretty good. This feels like it's probably an instant meta ID, but usually when they release a unit's seasonal ID, that's what happens, right? I mean, this is not a great lineup of skills, but you get the point. I think he will be okay. They do so much SP damage, too, I just noticed. What is happening with these clash? What is with those clash effects? Why are they so meaty? Like, what's going on with that Ishmael? Yeah, he seems pretty good. I don't know what else to say about him, really. You probably will use him in a sinking team. He has really good sin affinities for that.
이제 더는 폭풍 소리에 죄를 떨 필요도 개소리 내 꿈을 꾸고 슬픔에 빠질 필요도 없지. 전부 끝내버린 건가?
Wow, man is literally just yapping and accidentally said the name of his dead girlfriend. Look at that. I didn't take a single point of damage that entire fight. So yeah, he does a bit of damage. And there we have it. Heathcliff of the Wild Hunt is in the books. He seems like an incredibly powerful ID. I don't think there's any, like... He's like Dawn Office Sinclair, but for sinking. An archetype with actual support. So he was bound to be insanely good. My main complaint with him is that he just has so many words in his kit. He's got 4 unique status effects just for him. And every single thing in his kit has a ton of words on it. I hope that Project Moon doesn't just... Every time they have to release an ID that's, like, a strong one, they just put a billion words into the description to make it seem like he's more powerful. Because I cannot fit this on a slide, so that'll be cool. As for what I'm going to do in the future, Core Keeper's getting its full release next week, so I'll probably stream some of that. That's really all I have to report on. He's not that... I'll be real with you. He's not that interesting. At least not to me. Like, he's really cool, obviously, but the kit itself... It's just a good sinking kit. And that's all I really have to say about that. Shout out to Heathcliff finally getting a good sinking ID, at the very least. Would you use him in a full sinking team? Yeah, probably. You'd probably want, like, Wuthering Heights Butler Otis, Family Heir Greg, Wuthering Heights Butler Faust, and then Diechi Rodian, and then one of the Ishmaels, and lastly, either Spice Bush or some other thing you'd enjoy using, I suppose. That's all I really have to say about him, though. So... He's in my company, if anybody wants to test him out at his full potential. I haven't him equipped with Fell Bullet, even though I think AEDD is better, but Fell Bullet's more new, so you get that instead. Aside from that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye!